Namaste everyone, my name is Kate and today I'd like to share with you a Throat Chakra Vinyasa Flow. This is the 5th part of the 7-week series that I'm sharing here on Seeking Space's YouTube channel, going through each chakra, and today we have reached the Throat Chakra, which is located right in the center of your throat. The Throat Chakra is responsible for your ability to speak and receive your truth. So as you practice today, as you flow, just being very mindful of what feels right, what feels truthful in your body. So for this class, I just recommend 2 props. One is a yoga strap, and if you don't have an actual yoga strap, you can use a blanket, a scarf, a belt, really anything that just kind of gives you some length. And if you don't have anything like that, that's okay too. There's definitely workarounds for those postures. And I also recommend some essential oil or maybe your favorite lotion, because we're just going to get into a nice self-care neck massage. Because the throat chakra affects the shoulders, the neck, and obviously the throat. So we will begin class today in a meditation. So just finding a comfortable seat on your mat, maybe shifting a little side to side, just finding that sweet spot in your body. And then once you settle in, closing down the eyes. Palms can be facing up or facing down, whatever feels right in your body. And the throat chakra, the element is sound. So we'll just take a moment here as we settle into this meditation to notice what you can hear just kind of outside of you. So in the room, maybe outside of the room, perhaps you can hear birds chirping, people nearby. Just taking a moment to notice your surroundings, what you could hear. And now just starting to bring that inner listening on the inside. So just noticing what you can sense in your body today. Noticing any physical sensations, maybe energetically, how you feel emotionally. Just taking a couple more rounds of breath. And as you deepen into this inner listening, really feeling your sits bones root down into the mat. The crown of the head begins to lift upward towards the sky, and your shoulders start to melt down and away from the ears. Start to bring your awareness to your breath. Taking a full, deep inhalation, filling up, expanding through the lungs, and then exhale, releasing all the way out to empty. A few more times through with this deep cleansing breath in and out. The word for the throat chakra in Sanskrit is Vishuddha. And Vishuddha means pure or purification. So just allowing these breaths to be purifying, especially as you exhale, releasing what is no longer serving you in this moment, perhaps in this day. Take about 2 or 3 more breaths here to really arrive here into this space, into your practice. And now taking your hands to a mudra resting on your lap. So interlacing the hands together, creating kind of a hammock. And then just pressing your palms to touch. Keep that long spine here, crown of the head lifts. And I'd like to just share with you a mantra for the throat chakra. And maybe you just whisper those words to yourself in your mind. So the mantra is, I choose to speak and receive my truth openly and freely. So say that one more time through. I choose to speak and receive my truth openly and freely. Slowly now opening your eyes towards the tip of your nose, soft gaze. Keeping your fingertips interlaced, now draw the hands right underneath your chin. We'll start opening through the throat area of the body with the breath. So on your inhale, gently lift your knuckles up into your chin, so the chin lifts up, and then elbows start to lift as if you're filling up a balloon. Deep full breath in, lifting the gaze. Feel that opening and stretch of the throat. On your exhale, elbows draw down, releasing all the air out of your lungs as you come back to neutral. So inhale, chin lifts, elbows lift, big breath in. Exhale, squeezing the elbows together. And drawing the breath all the way out to empty. 2 more times, inhale. Lifting, filling up. And exhale. Elbows come down. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Taking your hands back to your palms. And this is a great place to reach for your essential oil or lotion. Perhaps you place a few drops on your palm, and we'll just take a moment here for a little bit of self-care into the region of the neck, throat, and the shoulders. So perhaps you start to gently massage into the back of the neck, maybe the throat, maybe the shoulders. And if you don't have essential oil or lotion, that's okay too. Maybe you start to do some shoulder circles, or gently rolling through the neck. Just taking this time here to iron out any of the kinks, the wrinkles, the tension, the tightness. It sometimes just gets stuck in this area of the body, especially if you sit at a computer a lot or at a desk. So just take about 3 more breaths here to softly and gently give yourself that massage or that stretch. And then coming back to a neutral spine and neck, let's roll over onto hands and knees, finding tabletop pose. In your tabletop, stacking your shoulders over your wrists, hips over the knees. And on your inhale, start to glide forward into cow pose, really placing an emphasis of lifting the chin and stretching through the throat here as you lift the tailbone and drop the belly, cow pose. On your exhale, round the spine, tucking the chin now towards the chest, creating a constriction in the throat. And on your inhale, start to glide back up, cow pose. Exhale brings you into your cat. Good. Taking a couple more rounds of breath back and forth. And maybe just stretching a bit more into the neck. Perhaps you gaze past one shoulder towards the hip. And then opposite shoulder. Maybe rolling through the neck. Taking some barrel rolls through the hips. Just really taking this feels truthful and right in your body. Maybe even saying the words of that mantra to yourself as you flow. I choose to speak and receive my truth openly and freely. And then when you feel ready, no rush, let's start to make our way back to child's pose, walking the hands out in front of you. Traditionally, the forehead comes down onto the mat. But if you'd like to take a little bit more of a throat opener, maybe you bring the chin to connect down to the earth, gazing up towards your palms. Take one more round of breath. And then walking the hands back towards your knees, coming to sit on the heels. So for this pose, we'll come into cow face pose arms. So again, that stretching through the shoulders. For this round though, no need to reach for a strap. We're just gonna flow with this. So I'll show you facing this direction first, and then I'll spin around to the front. So for cow face pose, right arm reaches up towards the sky, bending into the right elbow, and then the palm comes towards your upper back. Left arm comes behind you, bending into the elbow, and imagining here like your palms can come to touch. Maybe they can, maybe they are not, and that's okay, because we're just going to switch it out. So on the inhale, right arm reaches up. On the exhale, we rotate and switch sides. So on the inhale, right hand comes up, left hand comes back. Cow face arms. And then just switching sides. Let's take one more on opposite sides. Inhale, good, and exhale. On your inhale, reaching both hands up. On your exhale, hands come down to the mat, planting the hands into the earth. And we'll come into thread the needle pose. So to begin, let's begin with the left arm reaching up to the sky. So with the left arm reaching up, we'll start to draw some really big shoulder circles here. So just big rotation. Notice if you can hear any kind of kinks in the shoulder region of the body. Just really starting to smooth that out. Let's move to the opposite direction. Good, and the next time your left arm is lifted, on the exhale, thread the needle, sweeping the left arm underneath the right, and just resting your left temple or cheek onto the mat. You may take your right hand reaching forward, or maybe for a bind behind you. This is a great twist and shoulder stretch, so just take one more breath here. Exhale to unwind, right hand comes underneath right shoulder. Inhale, really big breath in to reach back up to sky. Good, exhale, left hand comes down, opposite side, inhale, right hand reaches up to sky. Shoulder rolls from here, shoulder circles, some really big circles here with the right arm. Smoothing out the space around the shoulder, maybe switching directions. And now just pausing with the right arm lifted. On the exhale, right hand comes underneath left, threading the needle on this side. Maybe you reach the left hand forward, or maybe you sweep the left arm behind you. Wherever you are, take about 2 rounds of breath here. Breathing into the stretch of the shoulders. And now we'll just unwind, left palm comes back underneath left shoulder. Inhale, right hand reaches up to sky. On your exhale, right palm comes back down. And now tucking your toes underneath you, let's come into downward facing dog. In your down dog, take some time to set up the foundation of this posture, pedaling out through the feet. Stretching through the backs of the legs, the tendons. Deepening the breath here to really give yourself that support through the breath. Noticing equal distribution of weight into your palms, into your feet. It might feel good to hinge back and forth through the shoulders, or maybe lift one leg and then the other, whatever feels right in your body to set up your down dog. Take about 2 more breaths. All right, on your inhale, bending your knees, lifting your gaze towards your palms, and on your exhale, just mindfully stepping to the top of your mat. Inhaling, halfway lift, long flat spine and neck. Exhaling to fold all the way down. Inhale to rise, high mountain pose, reach the arms up. And exhale, hands come down to heart center. So standing here in Tadasana, we'll take that breath that we did on that seated position. So interlacing the hands and bringing the knuckles right underneath your chin. Firmly planting your feet onto the mat here so you have that strong base and stability through the legs. On your inhale, press the knuckles into the chin for that lift as the elbows rise up. Big breath in. Maybe you find your back bend here. And exhale, elbows come down, spine comes to neutral. 2 more. Inhale to rise. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale. And exhale. All right, from here now, arms reach up to sky. And on your exhale, bow or swan dive, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift, long flat spine and neck. Exhale, plant the hands and step the feet back into high plank pose. In your high plank, just take a moment here to really feel the pose, maybe tilting back and forth. And then we'll lower down into knees, chest, chin, which is a really nice throat opening sensation. So for knees, chest, chin, knees come down to the mat. Now the heart, the chest, comes down in between the palms and the chin taps your mat. Just feeling that opening through the throat, through the neck. And on your inhale, send your legs long behind you, pressing into the palms. Let's just rise up, cobra pose, keeping it gentle to begin. On your exhale, hips draw back, downward facing dog. Flowing through some sun salutations. On your inhale, bend your knees, lift your gaze. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhaling, half lift. And exhaling, fold. Inhale to rise, nice and tall, high mountain. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep the hands up. On your exhale, back bend, cactus through the arms, lifting from the heart. Chin is lifted here, shoulder or throat is open. Inhale, rising back up. Exhale, bow or swan dive. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, and we'll lower once again, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward dog. Once again, inhale, bend the knees, lift your gaze. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, get low. Inhale, rising up. Exhaling, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep the hands high. Exhale, back bend, lift the chin, opening through your throat. Inhale to rise. Exhale to bow. Inhaling, half lift. Exhaling, plant your hands, stepping the feet back and lower down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, down dog. Last time through our sun A. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the gaze. Exhale. Exhale, top of your mat. Inhaling, half lift. Exhaling, fold. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, hands come home. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to bow. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Stepping the feet back. Last time, knees, chest, chin. Dropping nice and low. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, down dog. Good, just checking back in here with the breath, with your posture. And I recommend here just taking a couple rounds of lion's breath. And if you've never done lion's breath before, it's a deep inhale through the nose, audible sigh out the mouth as you exhale, the tongue drops out of the mouth. So inhale, breathe in, fill up. Exhale, lion's breath, let it go. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, lion's breath, let it go. Good, let's pause here, returning back to your deep, full cleansing breaths. Lion's breath is a really nice way to cleanse through the throat. It also is said to kind of eliminate bad breath and open the throat chakra. All right, so let's add on to our flow now. On your inhale, sweep your right leg high. On your exhale, step your right foot through and then drop down to your back knee. So we're coming into a deep lunge here. Really feel the hips kind of melting down towards the earth. And on your inhale, start to lift the heart, lift the chin, so that throat is opening here. On the exhale, we'll peel the hips back, finding a half split. So maybe you walk the hands back, maybe you flex into the right foot, but keeping the spine round here and tucking the chin in towards the chest, so closing off the throat. Inhale, coming back, deep lunge. Lift through the chin, lift through the heart. Exhale, peel the hips back, half split, tuck the chin. Last time through to flow, inhale, deep lunge. Exhale, half split, rounded spine, chin is tucked. Good, this time let's walk the hands forward. Really planting your right foot into the earth. On the inhale, sweep your arms up to sky. Gazing up towards the ceiling. Actively pressing right foot into the earth. And squeezing the legs towards one another to give you that stability in this posture. One more breath here in Anjaneyasana. And now interlacing the hands behind the nape of your neck. And as if you're kind of resting or pretending like you're resting, like you're gazing up towards the stars, start to rest the head into the palms as you lift from the heart, lift from the throat. One more breath here into this star-gazing pose. On the inhale, reaching back up, Anjaneyasana. On your exhale, planting the hands, tucking your back toes and stepping right foot back to meet left. You can stay here or maybe you keep the right leg lifted. We'll flow through a traditional vinyasa here. So bending through the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. So any variation of vinyasa, perhaps you stick with knees, chest, chin. Maybe you drop down to the knees as you go through chaturanga. It's completely up to you for your practice. Opposite side to flow, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step the left foot through. Dropping down to your back knee, deep lunge here. So just focus on the hips melting down, but still keeping your left knee stacked over left ankle. Heart lifts, chin lifts. Exhale, peeling the hips back, half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. For this variation though, spine is rounded, chin is tucked. Inhale, coming forward, deep lunge. Exhale. exhale, peel it back. Last time through, inhale, chin lifts. Exhale, peeling back, chin tucks. Inhale, returning back to your low lunge. And from here, let's rise up, Anjaneyasana. Settle into your pose, pressing now into your left foot. Really strong base in the legs and an uplifting effect in the torso, really reaching up with the palms. On the exhale, we'll take that stargazing posture, so taking the hands behind the nape of the neck, lifting from the heart, start to lift the chin as you rest the head into the palms. Elbows stay nice and wide. 2 rounds of breath here, just gazing upward. Good, inhale, reach the hands up. And exhale, taking the hands down, stepping your left foot back to meet right. Keeping the leg lifted for Ekapada or any type of vinyasa that feels truthful in your body as you flow. Exhaling, downward facing dog. All right, let's add on to that flow. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step your right foot through in between your hands. Dropping down to your back knee on your inhale, arms reach up to sky, Anjaneyasana. And now we'll add on from here, so tucking your toes underneath you. On your exhale, we'll start to rise up, so back knee lifts, arms draw back behind you for an airplane lunge. So really squeezing the shoulder blades together, palms facing down, hinging forward over the right knee, but not collapsing over your right knee. We'll flow this now. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, rise. Exhale, lifting, airplane pose. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Keep this really fluid in the body as you lift and lower. 1 more time through. Coming up, exhale, airplane pose. Good, on your inhale now, let's rise back up, Anjaneyasana. You can keep the toes tucked or untucked from here, but taking the hands behind the nape of the neck, stargazing pose, let's gaze up, finding that gentle back bend. Full deep breath in and out. All right, inhale, returning back, Anjaneyasana. Tucking the back toes, lift the back knee, airplane lunge. And now we'll spiral open, warrior 2. In your warrior 2, deepening the bend into your right knee. Hips are level, shoulders are soft, down and away from the ears. Gaze is past your right fingertips. Full breath in and out here, warrior 2 pose. And now extending your right leg long, start to hinge forward and drop down a triangle pose. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Now really focusing on lengthening up from this pose. So that left hip points upward as the right hip comes in. So you're spinning the right hip in towards the midline of your body. Let's take those shoulder circles again. So left arm comes down and around, just 3 times through here. Smoothing it out and connecting to the breath. Good, lifting the left arm up. Maybe gazing up towards your extended arm. On your exhale, taking the left arm down, framing your right foot. Right foot steps back to meet left. Vinyasa. Beautiful. Take a big full breath in and out here. Back into your down dog. And we'll flow now to the opposite side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step left foot through. Dropping down to your back knee. Inhale to rise up, Anjaneyasana. Good, big full breath in and out. And we'll add on to our flow on this side. So back toes are tucked. Inhale to lift. Exhale, fly the arms back behind you, airplane. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keeping the belly lifted off the left thigh. Super strong here. Let's flow this now. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, airplane. Inhale to rise. Exhale, airplane. One more time through. Good. Coming back down, Anjaneyasana. And taking the hands behind the nape of the neck. Stargazing pose, gazing up towards the sky. Resting the back of the head into the palms. Throat is open. Inhale, reaching back up to sky. And on your exhale, we'll rise back up, airplane lunge. Inhale, spiral open, warrior two. Checking in with your posture here, hips are level. Deep bend in the left knee. Arms are super strong, gazing past your left fingertips. On your inhale, extend your left leg long. Exhale, hinging forward, and we'll drop down. Triangle pose. Maybe gazing up towards your right arm. And just noticing your right hip here. Is it pointing down towards the earth? Can you peel it up and back? Left hip draws in towards your midline. And drawing those shoulder circles here. Right arm comes down and around a few cycles. Good. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, we'll take it down. Left foot comes back to meet right. And you flow vinyasa. You can always skip a vinyasa and meet in down dog. Last sequence through. Right and left. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step your right foot through. Dropping down to your back knee will flow breath to movement. So keeping your back toes tucked. Inhale to rise, Anjaneyasana. Exhale to lift, airplane. Inhale to rise. Exhale to draw the arms back. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lifting up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, stargaze. Big breath in. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, return, airplane. Opening up now, windmilling open, warrior two. Extending right leg long, hinging forward and dropping down, find your triangle. Now in your triangle on this side, maybe spin the arm in the opposite direction. And the next time your left arm is lifted, left hand comes down, framing the right foot. And we'll add on from here. So lightly stepping your left foot a little bit closer towards your right. So the feet here become like they're on train tracks or skis. For a little bit more stability, you may want to kickstand your left foot over to the side. And if you have that strap or prop, you may want to reach for it now. On your inhale, slowly start to rise up one vertebrae at a time, rolling through the shoulders as you begin to rise up. And we'll come into pyramid pose. For pyramid pose, you might want to take the traditional variation without the strap. So arms just come behind you, reaching for your elbows or your forearms. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, folding over your right leg. If you'd like to take the cow face arms variation, which is a deeper stretch to the shoulders, right arm reaches up, Bending at the elbow, just allow the strap to hang behind you. Left arm comes behind the back, reaching for the strap. So you have that engagement here. You might need to shorten or elongate the grip of your strap. Once you have that, rest the back of the head onto the right forearm, and then exhale, we bow over the right leg. Wherever you are, take about 3 breaths. This is a really nice hamstring stretch, and also a shoulder stretch if you're in cow face pose. All right. If you use your strap, just gently releasing the strap back down. Palms come to the earth. Press or shift your weight into your right foot. Left foot steps to meet the right. Forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling to release. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And then exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, deep back bend, lift the heart, lift the chin. Inhale, reaching back up to sky. Exhale to bow or fold. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, and just move through your vinyasa, whatever variation feels good. All meeting back, down dog. Last side to go on your inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step with the left foot through in between your hands. Keeping the toes tucked, dropping down to the back knee. Inhale to rise, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, arms peel back, airplane pose, super strong in the shoulders and legs. Inhale, rising back up, Anjaneya. Exhale, take it back behind you. Inhale to lift. Last one, exhale, airplane. Inhale, we meet, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, stargazing pose. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, back to your airplane. Inhale, spiral open, warrior 2. Settle into your posture. And extending left leg long, we'll come down into triangle pose. Once you come into your posture, maybe start to incorporate those shoulder circles in the opposite direction. And the next time your right arm is lifted, one full deep breath in your triangle. Exhale, coming down, framing your left foot. Gently hop or step your right foot a little bit closer towards the left. Finding those train track feet are parallel towards one another, but they're on kind of separate tracks here, or skis. Maybe you reach for that strap, and we'll just start to rise up one vertebrae at a time. Maybe taking some shoulder rolls as you rise. And if you like traditional pyramid, you'll just reach the arms behind you, lift the heart, lift the throat, and then exhale to bow over your left leg. If you'd like to take the cow face arms variation, left arm reaches up, bending at the elbow, right arm comes behind, finding that strap. And then once you have that grip, start to rest your head, pressing it into the back of your left forearm, and then bowing down over the left leg. You have 3 breaths here in whatever variation of pyramid that you are in. And on your exhale, releasing the hands down, releasing the strap if you chose that variation. And now stepping right foot forward to meet left. Inhale for your half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale, cactus through the arms. Inhale to reach back up. And exhale, we bow. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step or float to the feet back and flow through your variation of vinyasa. You can always skip, meet, and down dog or child's pose. In your downward facing dog, start to kind of ripple forward, coming back into your high plank. Dropping down to your knees. We'll lower once again, knees, chest, chin. Squeezing the elbows together, that inchworm shape. And now just resting the belly down, legs extend out long. We'll come into what's called shoulder pigeon. So this is kind of like a pigeon, but for the shoulders. So a nice deep stretch here. So for shoulder pigeon, extend your left arm off to the side as if teeing out the left arm. You're gazing down towards the mat, and your right palm is underneath your right shoulder. On your inhale, lift your right leg up to sky. Now bending into the right knee, start to roll over onto your left shoulder and left hip, planting your right foot onto the earth, and you'll use your right hand to kind of press into the mat. So the further you push into the right palm, you can feel that deep stretch into the left shoulder. So just feeling for that sweet spot, and if you're still lifting your head, maybe you drop the head down to the earth. Take one more breath here. Very slowly, start to spin back around. Right leg extends next to the left. And we'll switch sides. So now left hand comes underneath left shoulder, bending at the elbow. Right arm comes out to the side of the body. Lift your your left leg, bending into the left knee, and just spinning around, spinning onto your right hip, right shoulder. And you'll use this left hand here as that leverage to just kind of move and stretch into that sweet spot on this side of the body. If your head is lifted, resting the head back down to the earth. And take 2 or 3 more breaths here into your shoulder pigeon on this side. Good, spinning back around, left leg comes down, right arm comes back underneath right shoulder. And now just taking your forearms out in front of you, we'll just come into Sphinx pose, fingertips spread wide, forearms securely anchored into your mat. And now just lifting the chin, tilting the head back, stretching through the neck. Exhale, chin comes down towards chest. 2 more, inhale, lift chin, stretching through the throat. Exhale, chin comes down. 1 more time. And your exhale, melting the heart down towards the mat. Palms come underneath the shoulders, pressing into the palms. And now just bringing your sits bones onto your heels, shifting over into one side. We'll extend the legs out long in front of you for seated staff. In seated staff pose, make sure the feet are flexed and toes are flexing towards you. On your inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. And on the exhale, just melting down towards your legs. And this might be a nice place to once again utilize your strap. Sometimes it can feel really nice to take the strap around the legs and just using that as a tool or as leverage to pull you even deeper into your stretch. Take one more breath here. Good, and releasing your strap. If you chose to use one, we'll come into a half lift from your forward fold. On the exhale, slowly releasing completely out of the fold and then just bending into the knees. Gentle recline all the way down onto your back. Once you reach the spine all the way down, connecting to the mat, just sweeping your arms around your legs here. Give yourself a gentle squeeze, a little hug. Maybe rock side to side, shifting from one side to the other. And now, since this class is all about receiving your truth in your body, in your mind, and the way you communicate, I'd like to just share with you a couple postures that are really nice for the throat chakra. So giving you these options so that you can truthfully go where you feel that's right for you. So option one is to come into a shoulder stand pose. So lifting the hips, taking the hands to your lower back and just using that as kind of that way to keep your hips nice and secure. You might find some shapes as you're up here in your shoulder stand. Just being really mindful of the neck, eliminating any crunching sensation. And then maybe plow pose, stepping the legs back behind you. Deaf bands pose is a really cool way for the throat chakra. So that's just bending into the knees and pressing the knees into the ears. So maybe playing around with that posture. Wheel pose is a great pose for opening up the throat. So pointing the fingertips in the direction of your shoulders. Palms are flattened to the earth. Pressing into the palms and the feet equally. You will lift your hips as you tilt the head back. Throat is nice and open. So again, that's just another option to play with. A little bit more gentle option that can be really nice towards the end of class is a twist. From side to side, supine twist. So those are just some options. It can be a nice way to close out a throat chakra practice. Maybe all three of those options feel right for you. Maybe none of them do. So really just being kind to your body, truthful to yourself, and taking the next 5 to 10 more rounds of breath to flow into those poses or any pose that feels right for you. Make sure you are breathing. And make sure you're not rushing from pose to pose. Giving each posture the time it needs for you to receive. And then once you've settled into a few shapes, whatever those were, they don't even need to be a yoga pose. Perhaps you start to find happy baby pose by grabbing the inside or outside edges of the feet, reclining down on your back and just pressing into the feet to draw the knees down towards the earth. Maybe finding a little sway side to side in your happy baby. And I'd like to just offer you Shavasana as your final pose for this class. And in your Shavasana, traditionally, legs are long, down by your sides. Maybe take the arms about 8 to 10 inches away from the body. Just allowing yourself to take up space, There's really no right or wrong way to take Shavasana. So that could look like Supta Baddha Konasana, bottoms of the feet come to touch, knees open to the sides of your mat. Maybe the fetal position, whatever feels right for you. Once you've arrived, closing down the eyes as the body settles into this final shape of practice. Taking this time to enjoy this stillness. Time for inner listening, letting your body and your mind receive the benefits from your practice today. To close this practice, I'd like to just repeat the mantra or the throat chakra one last time. I choose to speak and receive my truth openly and freely. Please relax and linger in your Shavasana for as long as you'd like. It was a pleasure to practice with you today and explore the throat chakra. I hope to see you very soon. Namaste.